Hey everybody, welcome back to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Last time we got through what I think is all of Tsukio's extra scenes, but now I'm not so sure considering at the end we had another Kiri extra scene pop up. So I think the plan is I still am just gonna do everything I have, sort it by character, and then when I'm done doing all that, whatever leftover scenes there are, I'll just put them in one video or how many videos it takes. But I like the idea of going through everything by character because I like to sort of see the arc or the underlying theme that kind of links them together, which has been the case for most of the extra scenes, not all of them, or which has been the case for most of the characters, but not necessarily all of them. But yeah, so we're going to go back and do the next chronologically available scene, which is Sasa. Man, I feel like Sasa and Umi we know the littlest about, which is weird because we got as much time with them as I felt with any of the other characters, but I don't know them as well, I guess, as people, so hopefully we'll get some light shed on them as characters in these extra scenes. Our show began with the usual divided title call and theme music. Umi's voice sounded even more energetic than usual, perhaps because of the long Golden Week break since our last show. Did you have a fun Golden Week, everybody? I wonder how many people had too much fun and are struggling now in our first week back at school. I know I am. I like school, but I stayed up too late on the holidays and I'm so tired. Me too. Oh, you're always tired, Nana. There was some of the usual derailing, but we successfully transitioned into a warning about the post-break blues. It's really important to get back into the swing of things, for you new students especially. Personally, I'd recommend cleaning your room. If you get your environment in order, your heart will naturally follow suit. Yes. That's something I really follow and I believe in. I'm a very organized person, and if there's a mess in my room, I can't focus on anything. Getting your heart in order, huh? As I watched Umi's lively face and listened to her energetic voice, I began to sink into my own thoughts, even though we were on the air. This hurts. The brighter Umi shines, the worse my heart hurts. What am I supposed to do about this? Honestly, I thought things would have calmed down a little during Golden Week. I was hoping it wouldn't be so bad after being away from her for a little while. Instead, it's been basically the same as usual, since Umi dragged the two of us around throughout the holidays, too. Actually, she's only been shining brighter in the nice May weather. How long will I be able to hide this? How long will this go on? But May isn't just about Golden Week. That's right, the first obstacle of the school year is just around the corner. What? Umi had suddenly turned to me. What are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me? I hadn't said all those things I was just thinking aloud, had I? On air? Dude, that's the worst. Being so, in your own thoughts and then you think you've spoken them out loud. And I've done that before. And I'm like, shit, did I just say that out loud? Or was I just off in my own mind again? Not that many people actually listen to our show, but you can see why that would be a problem. Nana held up the script from her station in front of the audio mixer. There was a red line struck somewhere around the middle of it. Right, now on to our announcements regarding midterm tests. It was nothing, she'd just been waiting for me to say my line. Seriously, what is wrong with me? After that, I got to the talk segment okay. By some miracle, I managed to make a few announcements and introduce the music, too. Phew. Today's request was a cover of a French pop song. I fell back into my seat as I listened to the sweet-sounding vocals. She's gonna be mad, isn't she? I glanced over at Umi. She cracked a grin when our eyes met. Were you nervous since it's been a little while, Sasa? No worries, no worries. Yeah, sorry. Man, she sure is bright. Her brightness is the sort that makes you want to reach out and touch it, not a glaring light that exposes every shadow. Her brightness was what dragged me out of my shell in middle school, when I fought so hard to stay isolated. Though now that I think about it, maybe she hadn't dragged me out. I'd just been fascinated by her and come out on my own. She's so bright that I'm thinking things like that. Oh, it's fine. In exchange, help me out when I screw up, okay? Umi accepted everything, even me for my gloomy, posturing, unsociable, annoying self. At some point, I'd started to prefer being with Umi and Nana over shutting myself away. So I can't ruin the school broadcast she values so much. Song ending in 30 seconds. I gave myself a little slap on the cheek to get myself together as Umi picked up her script nervously. I don't really think a gesture like that suits me, of course. But Umi wore a big, stupid grin after seeing me psych myself up. Okay, let's do this thing. She slapped her own cheeks in imitation. Ugh, she's so cute. I felt myself relaxing. All the motivation I tried to fill myself with threatened to escape, but I held on, because I'd rather see her smiling face after a successful broadcast than cause her to worry about me. 5 seconds. 4, 3... So this scene takes place in May, or took place in May. Okay. So that was before the confession, obviously. Okay, I don't think any of these are new. I think the next one is here in July. Okay, cool. Dark past. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's get into it. You're really not gonna do it, Sasa? Why? Because it's not my thing. You should do it, Umi. You'd be way better at it, Sasa. What do you mean it's not your thing? Nana, you think so too, right? Nana's sleeping. Come on, Nana, wake up already. I don't think it's really all that weird for Nana to fall asleep at times like this. We'd been going back and forth for a while, but it wasn't the sort of thing we could solve with an easy game of rock, paper, scissors or drawing straws. Jeez. I put my chin in my hands and looked around the room. The words written on a little whiteboard caught my eye. For summer camp, for school festival. As the topic suggested, we'd been discussing the details of the summer camp and our preparations for it. Umi had proactively made her suggestions. I'd responded with some comebacks, and Nana had followed up with some dry comments like usual. Everything had been going fine until we got the matter of the script for the radio drama we'd been exhibiting during the school festival. Once the subject of who'd be in charge had come up, well, that was that. First of all, Nana was excluded from the matter. She had no interest in it, and her stiff, complicated writing isn't suited to a radio drama anyway. She's not really the type to fine-tune her writing either. Which meant it was a choice between Umi and me. I'd been thinking Umi would just do it as a matter of course. I thought she'd be totally in the mood and write a really Umi-like script. That's what I thought, but... What? You really don't want to do it, Sasa? I already said that, didn't I? Umi and I had been going in circles like this for a while. I really didn't understand why Umi was so hung up on this. It doesn't take that much thought to realize that I'm not really the one for this job, right? Why do you want me to do it so bad? Well, 'cause... When I lost my temper and asked her that, Umi said with a totally blank face, 'Cause you've got such a good imagination, Sasa. What? What did she say? I wasn't expecting that at all. That's not true, right? You're the one who can take a topic and come up with a million things to say about it, Umi. I do? Yeah, you used to do all that stuff, didn't you? Oh god, here we go. Huh? I wasn't sure what she meant. I wasn't sure, but I've got a bad feeling about this. You know, like in middle school, you wrote all those dark poems, didn't you? What was it, like The Cross and Memento Mori or something? Oh my god, Sasa's blushing. I screamed on the inside. On the outside, I was frozen solid, and Umi was preparing a barrage. You had like a notebook of magic circles too, right? Ones you came up with. And you carried those tarot cards around with you, but you never told my fortune with them because you said they could only be used on a full moon. Stop! Oh, that's the worst. When, like, people who've known you for a long time and they bring up, like, those weird phases you go through when you're younger, and you're like, I don't want to be reminded of the one time, like, I went through this phase of fortune telling or carrying crystals in my pockets. You know, it's hilarious. What else was there? A secret magical name? Sharia? How do you know that? I did indeed have a phase like that. I came across this on one fantasy novel and it totally corrupted me. Frankly, I was having fun back then. But now that I've snapped out of it, it's nothing but a period of my life I'd rather erase forever. Did I show that stuff to Umi? I'm surprised you remember that. Of course I do. We're friends, aren't we? Yes, friends always remember those embarrassing phases you go through. And boy, have we all been through them. Umi declared, her chest thrust out and a huge smile on her smug face. That whole position's smug. Normally, that's a gesture of hers that... sorry about that, you guys. I got a little distracted. Normally, that's a gesture of hers that I love, that's so bright to me, but at that moment, it was the mark of evil. You were really interesting back then, Sasa. I always thought you were probably seeing a whole different world than I was. You can put that imagination of yours to good use on this radio drama, don't you think, Sasa? I bet you could write a script that would surprise everybody. I may have been happy to hear those words without knowing where they were coming from, but now they just kind of stung. Even if I concede to this positive spin of my dark 8th grader syndrome past as having a good imagination, why on earth would I put that to use for a radio drama? We're high schoolers now. Isn't this a bit sadistic? I want to turn back time. If I could meet myself back then, I'd give myself a good smack so that I'd snap out of it. Die past me. And Umi, forget this. Forget it right now. You know, maybe Nana sensed some of the internal theatrics going on in my head. Why don't you just do it together? She sent out a lifeline. Together? Yeah, Umi's the one who has the most vision for this radio drama, right? Then how about Umi writes the main outline and Sasa elaborates on it? Then you can both contribute. It wasn't bad as a lifeline or an actual suggestion. Actually, that's a really good option, right? I see. Yeah. I think that's a good idea. I really don't know where you want to go on this anyway, Umi. Are you okay with it, Sasa? It's the best option, right? Yeah, okay, we'll do that then. Okay, that's decided. Isn't it nice how that worked out? Yep, it is. Let's do this, Sasa. Yeah. Umi wrote our names on the board while somewhere inside of me a little sigh escaped. Sometimes how long we've been friends can be a tiny problem of its own, huh? I can't believe I'd unwittingly set a bomb for myself like that, or that it'd go off after all this time. Umi probably thinks of it as a symbol of our friendship, but I really don't want to go through that embarrassment ever again. I'll have to be careful from now on. I quietly made the decision as the two of them went on to discuss the next item on the list. There's the fact that I'm dating Umi now, and the fact that I've decided to stick with these two forever anyway. We've been together for kind of a long time already, but this is just the beginning. I plan to stick with these guys for a long time yet. You know, I would like to see the three of them. I mean, I guess especially Sasa and Umi, but I wouldn't mind seeing more of Nana interacting with other characters too, because I feel like the three of them are such a unit and they do really have a great dynamic to watch. But I'd like to see them sort of interact with other characters. And we see Nana interact with Yuna and with Ano. But, like, I don't know. Has there been any point up in the main story or where Umi and Sasa have interacted with anyone outside of Yuna? I don't think so, or at least I don't recall. But I'm trying to think, like, some interesting interactions that I would like to see. And I can't, but, you know, it's something I hope we do see. School festival. Ooh, I would like to also see more what they come up with the radio drama, too. Considering we got, like, sort of the planning stages in the main story, or not the planning stages, but we got a hint of the idea behind it in the main story. And now we skipped ahead to the school festival, but I'm hoping maybe with Umi's extra scenes or Nana's extra scenes, we'll go back to what they came up for the summer camp in more detail. Are all you enjoying the school festival? This is your host, Ichiki Umi, and co-host Futano. I'm Miyama on the mixer. Continuing on from yesterday, we bring you a school festival special edition of Kyosei Radio. I hope you'll all take a little time to listen. The area around the Kumo Miyagura was bustling with activity when we went around collecting material for our show. Wow, it's only taken me like 60 hours of gameplay to be able to say Kumo Miyagura without stumbling. Patting myself on the back right now. I was wondering how many of the festival visitors would even be paying attention to our broadcast on a busy day like today when my eyes met Umi's. She winked as if to knock all the doubts out of my mind. Just like that, and kept right on chatting like she was having the time of her life. Well, we just have to do what we always do. Today, on the second day of the festival, we'll look back on yesterday's events and tell you how to enjoy today's 100 times more. First of all, who caught that little incident up on stage yesterday? The highlight of today's performances will be the brass band. Whoa, oh. I forgot to check really the context around this scene, but it looks like they're broadcasting after Yoka's show. You'll have to go listen to their specialty, the request medley. They're taking suggestions until noon, so stop by the request box at the entrance of the building. After Umi had finished with the big news, it was my turn next. I opened my mouth, watching Umi try to take a drink in a way the microphone wouldn't pick up. Yesterday we had 2 plays and 2 discussion sessions, and today we've got another 3 plays and a concert. What's with all this drama, seriously? Bet you won't be able to guess what the concert is. It's gonna be ambient jazz covers, primarily on a theremin. How does that even work? Theremins are like... I guess maybe I could see like a theremin doing jazz covers, maybe. But that's talent. That's gotta take some crazy talent. And a theremin's like such an interesting instrument. It does kind of, I don't know if I'd call it like a ghost voice as Umi's describing it, but you play it like moving your hands back and forth. It's weird if you guys don't know what a theremin is. They're also huge instruments, aren't they? Like, they're big. At least last time I checked, back in the day. Yeah, and I honestly don't think Dermans sound that pretty either. They're just weird. It doesn't sound anything like that, but sure. We went and saw their rehearsal. It's a really complex, layered sound that echoes in the gym. Definitely worth hearing. As for plays, yesterday the performances aired on the comical side, but today we've got some nice tragedies and classics. Check out your programs to see the details on those. The Star Troop Drama Club's got the dramatic final performance today. I wonder what their show will be like this year. We were gathering material right up until the show began, so we didn't have much of a script or anything. But it was going strangely smoothly. It felt nice, like Umi and I were in perfect sync, a good rhythm between us. But the real stars of the school festival are the haunted houses. We've got a bunch of them open this year, too. Their giant double-class haunted house definitely takes the cake for the most attractive attraction. The huge project takes up half the second floor of the Kumo Miyagura and is sure to give you a long, spooky experience. Double the size means double the ghosts, folks. We've even got reports of customers spotted crying as they exited the attraction. The first-year volunteer escape maze is getting some good press, too. It's got several checkpoints, and at the end, they give you an overall score, so it's getting some repeat visitors. Sounds like a lot of fun to me. I hear you get a prize if you're successful in your escape. Huh? Really? I hear it's tough, but maybe I'll try it out. The bonsai enthusiast chrysanthemum doll haunted house is getting good reviews as scary pretty, too. Don't go in alone, guys. That's gonna give me nightmares. It was scary. I kind of want to go in again, though. You don't sound too scared, Umi. Well, they were so pretty, but they were super scary. I don't like the scary stuff, but when there's something pretty or fun in there, that's different, you know? Umi was even more excited than usual. Her eyes were sparkling oh so brightly. The school festival is irresistible to Umi, and her love of spectacle. It's not really my thing, but I'm having fun too. The radio drama we made with the drama club seems to be going well too. Umi's smile has just gotten brighter and brighter ever since that day during the summer camp. It's 'cause I've fallen even deeper in love with Umi, and Umi's fallen deeper in love with me. Just watching her like this is fun. It's great just listening to her voice. We're not just doing interviews, we're enjoying the school festival too. Your eyes are sparkling, Umi. Let's do some more recommendations from the broadcasting club. Go ahead, Miss Sasa. Recommendations, eh? I was hoping you'd get all flustered. I was expecting this. You're easy to predict, Umi. Crap, my voice is shaking a little because I'm trying not to laugh. We're in chatting mode right now, so it's fine for the broadcast, but that exchange might have been a little too genuine. Whatever, Umi's sulking is fun. Whatever, if you have good chemistry on the radio, it all works. Though, yeah, I don't know. Honest exchanges are nice. I listen to a lot of talk radio, and the best stuff is always when you have hosts who are really honest and will share their lives and have genuine exchanges with people. And when you have a good chemistry with your crew and your co-hosts, stuff really comes alive, which I like. I feel like since we've never really gotten to see Umi or seen the broadcasting club in action like this, it's kind of cool to see what, I guess I can't say what normally goes on, but what the exchange is like, between Umi and Sasa when they're on air. Though it's a shame Nena doesn't say more, but I guess she's busy with the mixer most of the time. Though, if you're not playing music, didn't you say the combination was a failure, Sasa? Did I? It certainly looked artistic, at least. But you said it had a Picasso flavor. Watch out if you're headed there, folks. Oh, but the crepes are good, though. That was awful. Get your stuttering under control. Umi scribbled something out on the paper in front of her as I gave her a wry smile. Nice chat. Umi looked at me for a second and returned my smile. Then she quickly turned to Nana in the booth. Next is Nana. What are your recommendations? It should have been an unexpected prompt, but Nana calmly flicked on the mic in the booth. I'd say the volleyball team's massage station. That felt great. I was out like a light. That's pretty you, Nana. I felt myself grinning as I listened to Umi's springy voice and watched her smiling brightly. I reject a lot of stuff, and I think about half of the world's completely worthless, but it makes me happy to see Umi enjoying herself. Even enough that sometimes I start trying to liven up the show a bit myself. I start forgetting to keep up appearances. I don't just love Umi, I think I love the fact that Umi's smile makes me happy too. This is nothing like me, is it? Love's incredible. Well, everyone, thanks for taking all the time to listen to our show. I hope you all enjoy the festival as much as you can today. This has been Kyosei Radio, brought to you by Ichiki, Umi, and Futano, and Miyama. That was a cute little outro. I would have liked to have had that voiced. That would have been cool all to hear sort of the broadcast voiced, but that is neither here nor there. Oh, I guess that's it for Sasa scenes. All right. My vision fell idly over the clock and shocked me suddenly out of my stupor. It's already been half an hour. I glanced around the broadcasting room to see Umi lazily flipping through a community magazine and Nana with her, eyes shut. Sleeping? Awake? It was the exact same view I had seen 30 minutes earlier. We're really wasting time in here, huh? Of course I'm no different as I sit here doing my nails. Naturally, we aren't here in the broadcasting room to just space out like this. We were supposed to be discussing the topic of our next broadcast, but as we lazily exchanged words, it just sort of never happened. In the end, we all just started doing our own thing without a single worthwhile word said, and began wasting time completely. Umi's like an empty shell. She rested her chin in her hand listlessly, flipping mechanically through magazine pages she should have read several times by now. Umi's been like this ever since the school festival ended. We were really busy working the whole time, so she must have just burned out. Well, that's pretty Umi too. Umi's the one who moves us in the end. I surreptitiously realized. I know that word. I don't know why I can't pronounce it, but since this year started, I've become her girlfriend. We've talked stuff out with Nana, and all sorts of things happened. But after all that, the basic stuff's the same. We might as well just go home at this point. Well, that's fine, I guess. I don't hate sitting here and listening to the second hand of the clock like this. Sitting around in complete silence for 30 minutes isn't something you can do comfortably with many people. That's just how close we are, I guess. It's not bad. And I doubt that this will continue too much longer, since she's Umi. Right now she's the very picture of lethargy, like her soul's left her body. But I'm sure soon enough she'll be full of energy, making noise, completely restless, dragging us around with that smile of hers that outshines anyone else's. You're so fair-skinned, Sasa, like a snow woman. Huh? She's finally talking and that's what she has to say? But I thought it'd take a little more time than that for her to get her energy back, really. Do you compare other people to soul-sucking monsters, or do I get special treatment? I meant you're pretty. Snow women are pretty, right? Snow, huh? Her train of thoughts jumping its tracks like usual, but she's caught another idea, looks like. Nana must have also picked up on that. She's squinting over at Umi, her mouth open in a disparaging sigh. I get that. Now that she started, you kind of think, I wanted to relax a little longer. No, let's go skiing, okay? We're already going to Hokkaido on our school trip. I tried to splash some water on her, but I knew mere drops would never dampen her spirits. Yep, there her eyes go, lighting up. Spiraling behind those eyes is a pure energy that knows only one route and one destination. Full steam ahead to fun. An expo! That's right, they're having a Hokkaido expo. Umi sat bolt upright and started searching for something restlessly on her phone. Why are we suddenly going to some expo? 'Cause if we research Hokkaido at the expo, we can broadcast info for the school trip, right? Nana groaned in a mixture of regret that her relaxation was over and acceptance of the coming annoyance of days ahead. So next weekend we'll be at this expo. I'm starting to feel kind of tired too. Welcome back, noisy days. Look, see, they've got crab lunches. I'm not crazy about crab. What? You're missing out on like 40% of life then. 40% of life is crab. To be fair, good crab there's nothing like it. It's so amazing. Who gives a shit about that? Oh, there's melon. You like melon, right, Sasa? I don't remember saying that. Besides, I've learned my lesson with melon already. Can I invite Yuna and people? Sure, let's all go together. Think they're in their classroom still? Let's go check. She was already standing halfway through her sentence, and by the time she'd finished, she was already halfway out the door. Sheesh. I followed after her, sighing. Resigned and sluggish, Nana stood up too. Well, Umi's gotta be like this. Lounging around quietly is nice, but Umi's the best when she's smiling like that. I guess there are worse things than when it's noisy like this. What a hyperactive girlfriend you've got. That's what's cute about her, though. It's a wonderful exchange. What the heck am I saying? This is definitely one of the interesting things about Sasa. And one of the likable things, too. You know, she kind of has this cynical personality. But when it comes to Umi, that just all melts away. And she doesn't just resign to Umi's... she doesn't resign to, like, Umi's... God, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what's the opposite of what I'm trying to say? Of her happy-go-lucky, go-getter personality, right? Sasa doesn't simply resign to it. She accepts it, and she really likes it. And it's really nice. It's cool. It's interesting. And right now, she's like Nana, what Sasa just said to Nana, and she's like, wait, what am I admitting to here? This is not me at all. I froze in shock as the words that had come out of my mouth in response to Nana's surprise attack. Nana was taken by surprise too, I guess, so we just stared at each other, stock still for a few moments. Yikes, now she's bragging. Don't tell anybody, okay? Not Umi either. Whoa, what is this? I'm seriously embarrassed. My cheeks haven't been this hot in a while. I fanned my face as I followed after Umi. I must be losing my edge to suddenly let something like that slip. I should be careful so that I don't throw Nana for a loop. Even if it is true. Oh, I want to see them talk to Yuna and maybe other people in the class. get some more of that interaction. Nope. That's too bad. And this is still the Kiri scene. Okay, well, this is the end for reals this time, it looks like, with the Sasa scenes. For now. Who knows? More might get unlocked, as I'm realizing. That's quite a possibility. But anyways, thanks for watching. I will talk to you later, and take care.